Sing-tong, now 88 years young, was one of the original residents of So-uk Estate when it was built in the 1960s. He lived there for half a century until the estate was cleared for redevelopment in 2012. He has many happy memories of the most friendly neighborhood. Recently, he visited the Growing Up with Public Housing exhibition at the Heritage Discovery Center in Kowloon Park. The photos and exhibits there brought to mind those good old days in So-uk Estate.
Sometimes when seniors were unable to go out to the markets, neighbors would buy food for them. Also in the old days, not every family could afford to buy a refrigerator. Some families share their fridges with neighbors to keep their food fresh. Neighbors were welcome to go inside their home to retrieve their food whenever they needed it. People would also go to hospitals to visit sick neighbors and attended funerals when neighbors passed away.
Mr. Chan, affectionately known as Uncle Tong, never goes out without his whistle, which identified him as one of the estate's guardians. In the 1960s, the residents were frightened after a neighbor was murdered by a thief. To boost security and ease tenants' minds, Uncle Tong gathered a group of strong men to form a mutual aid committee. They patrolled the estate every night in pairs or foursomes, equipped with bamboo sticks and whistles.
The patrol team was a happy unit. Every night we chatted about all sorts of things after patrolling the estate, such as politics, work, or even world news. Some neighbors were very kind. They appreciated our work and served us delicious food, such as dumplings, desserts, and congee. We were quite happy then.
An urgent need for public housing was sparked by a fire on Christmas night in 1953 that razed through a Shek Kip Mei village of squatter huts. Overnight, more than 50,000 people lost their homes. In 1954, the government built the first resettlement estate, the 8-block Shek Kip Mei estate, to provide shelter for the blaze victims and squatter residents. Mei-sin, known as Auntie Sin, was among its first residents when she was a baby. Her parents had lost their humble home in the fire, and her then 8-member family squeezed into a 140-square-foot premise. Pressed for space, they also had to share cooking facilities in the corridor, water taps, common toilets, and shower facilities.
Most people queued up to use the showers at 6 to 7 o'clock in the evening. However, we usually had a shower at 11 o'clock or even midnight as our father came home late. The door could not be locked, and anyone could easily look inside. So my sisters and I had to shower one by one and help each other keep lookout to avoid peeping toms.
Miss Lam has taken over her father's bedding shop in the estate, which has been selling quilts and other linens for more than 47 years. It is now a popular gathering place for old Shek Kip Mei neighbors. The Shek Kip Mei Estate redevelopment project got underway in the 1970s, and Miss Lam's family was relocated to a newer building in the same estate. Their new flat was nearly triple the size of the original one, and for the first time, the Lam family had their own kitchen, bathroom, and tap water supply. After several relocations, this May, Mrs. Lam moved into the newly rebuilt Shek Kip Mei estate. It features even greater enhancements in design and facilities.
There are a lot of green areas outside the buildings, and most of the pathways have shelters or covers so that we will not get wet on our way home on rainy days. The new estate is equipped with lifts, escalators, and ramps instead of stairs, making it more convenient for seniors and the disabled.